Our Destiny Chance joins us live in Camden this morning. She's got a preview of the festival. Destiny, what's going on out there this morning?
Well, Britt and Friendy, it's no secret it's very dreary and rainy today, but that should never prevent us from learning more about fire safety. I actually just learned that most of the fires that are caused are indoors, and that's because that's when people make the most mistakes. I'm not a fire expert, but my good friend, Chief John Bowers, he just told me that little tidbit, and that's kind of what Firefest is all about, to educate the people of the Midlands about fire safety. Is that correct?
It is. We're excited, Destiny. This is our 20th annual Firefest. Starts out by, we're having a parade at 9 a.m. and the parade will start at Rutledge and Broad Street and go down to our city arena. And we have a fun-filled day down there to teach the citizens about fire safety, have a lot of activities for children, and it's fun for the whole family.
So what made you guys start this Firefest?
This is kind of a traditional fire muster. We had one of our members 20 years ago that lived up north, and they're very popular up north, so he encouraged us, and we teamed up with Historic Camden, and we had our first fire muster, or what we call Firefest, 20 years ago. And
I must add, if it does rain tomorrow, will there be a rain location?
Well, it's both. It's a city arena, so it's a very large building. I would mention it's newly renovated, so we're very proud of that. But it is an indoor and outdoor event, so we have a plan in case of rain that we can do a lot of activities inside.
Okay, and he mentioned that the whole family can get involved. That's why we're standing in front of this example. I'm actually going to try it out. This is for the kids?
We do. We have a lot of games. We try to teach fire safety behaviors to the children. And so we have a lot of games that they can play, and they can learn about fire safety at the same time.
Okay, so teach me about this one.
Well, this is just simple beanbag toss, and this is a mock-up of a smoke detector. And you see, working smoke detector saves lives. So if it's successful ringing the hole.
Oh goodness, this is.
Good job.
Got
Good
it.
job.
I'm so excited. So what happens after you ring that? What does that even mean?
We give a prize to each child that plays the game, and again, we try to teach them about fire safety and the importance of smoke detectors.
So when it rings, is that the example of an operator answering?
Well, no, this is actually just to simulate the smoke detector going off.
Okay, and then what about this one over here?
Over here we have, it's kind of a roulette wheel, and we have the children, they place a beanbag on the different items here. These are all positive fire safety behaviors, and then we'll get one of the children to spin the roulette wheel, and wherever it lands, then that child will win a prize.
Got it. So this really gets them excited.
Right, gets them involved, and it gives them some things to do. It's like fun activities, and we're teaching fire safety behaviors too.
Thank you so much, Chief Bowers. In the next 30 minutes, we're actually going to have real fire. I'm going to try to put it out. They're going to teach me how to correctly put it out with a fire extinguisher. We're going to have more safety tips coming up on Good Day Columbia.
Our Destiny Chance joins us live in Camden this morning. Destiny, you're going to be fighting fire out there. I'm excited to see this.
You saw me quickly getting to the fire extinguisher, Britt and Friendy. Actually, I just learned, most people do have a fire extinguisher inside of their homes, but most of them don't know how to use it. I'm actually one of those people, and actually Chief Garner is going to help me out with this, and he's going to teach me how to safely put out a fire. So let's get started. What should I do? And tell us about the facts.
Well, we're going to use pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep, which is what we teach. Pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the trigger together, and sweep it back and forth as you approach the fire. Like I said, most people do not get the extinguishing agent to the base of the fire is the problem. You got to get that extinguishing agent on the base of the fire, and the fire will go out, which is what we want you to do here. We got the fire lit.
Okay.
We're going to actually let you pull the pin, pull your seal off there.
This one?
Yep, just snatch it off, and then pull your pin out. You can drop it. Take the hose loose. Turn, start 6 or 8 feet back, and squeeze the trigger. Squeeze it. Walk up, and then back away. Back away. Always watch the fire until you're your safe distance back away from it, just in case it were to flare back up again.
And that was so quick.
It's easy.
It can get so high and then just put it completely out.
Fire extinguishers will put out a tremendous amount of fire if they're used the proper way, and that's what most people don't do. They do not use them properly by getting the extinguishing agent to the base of the fire. That's the biggest mistake everybody makes.
I don't know if you guys saw, but as I was making my way closer, he said to start actually from the front of it and then go towards the back. And then once it's kind of out, that's when you kind of tilt it inwards, and that's when you can completely put the fire out. I'm looking at it right now. The fire is completely put out. But what are some of the common mistakes that people may make when it comes to this?
Like I said, the biggest one is they don't get the extinguishing agent to the base of the fire. when the emergency happens is not the time to figure out how to get the pin out, how to take the hose loose, how to aim it, where to start. You don't want to get too close to it, but if you get too close and actually disperse the extinguishing agent down into the fire, it can actually blow what's burning, if it's paper or whatnot, back out of the basket on you. So it's you want to get it to where you can get it in the basket, but don't want to actually stand over the fire and look into it.
Now, will people at the Firefest get to demonstrate?
Yes, we'll use the fire safety trailer at Firefest, and we have the ability to do the same thing in there, and we'll see that a little later.
That trailer that he's talking about, we're actually going to be doing that in about 30 minutes. We're going to be learning about kitchen fire safety and also safety when it comes to being in your bedroom, making sure you have those 2 exits out of your bedroom and everything like that. But for now, we are live in Camden. There's going to be more Good Day Columbia coming up.
Our Destiny Chance is live in Camden. She's been out there previewing the Firefest. Okay, Destiny, you've played fire safety games, you've put out a fire, and now we're looking at the fire safety trailer. Pretty cool.
Yes, Britt. Yes, Britt. Actually, kitchen fire, they're actually the #1 cause of all residential fires in the United States. Huge, huge deal. What you just saw was that TV screen for people outside of the Firefest, what to expect before they come inside of this trailer. That is very realistic, right, Chief Gardner?
That is correct.
He's actually going to join me now, and we're going to put out a fire that would be in a kitchen.
This is actually one of our teaching tools also. It's a mobile trailer, so we're able to take it to any location we need to teach home safety. And one of the home safety problems that we see are cooking fires. You mentioned they're the #1 cause of residential fire. So we teach them how to be safe in the kitchen. Pot handles should always be turned away to the inside. Don't leave anything that can catch fire on top of the stove in case it was accidentally turned on. If you get a pot fire or a grease fire, never ever put water on it. Make sure you don't try to grab the pot and run outside with it, because that's what most people will try to do. You want to try to smother it if you can safely. Put the lid on the pot. The fire will smother out from lack of oxygen. Turn the eye off, move it off of the hot eye, and leave it until it's completely cooled. If you can't safely do that, then of course you want to grab your fire extinguisher and use it.
Absolutely. So moving from the kitchen, you actually are going to show us...
We're going to go in the bedroom
and
actually show you how to get out in case your smoke detector were to go off in the middle of the night. Now, of course, we advocate sleeping with the door closed. Simply fact that if the fire starts on the other side of that door, it's going to give you the extra valuable time you need to get out. Now, should the fire start, you can see the smoke actually will come in under the door. So you know that something's going on the other side of that door. You'll go to the door and feel the door with the back of your hand. If you feel that door, it's hot.
Oh, it is.
So that tells you there's fire on the other side of that door, and you need to go out your second way out, which is why you want to have 2 ways out of every room, which would be your window. So normally you would get down, stay low, because if you see the smoke's going to rise to the top of the ceiling, go outside and go to the meeting place outside, which is very important to have a place designated to meet in case you go out one way, your kids go out another way, everybody knows where to meet. You can make sure everybody's out safely.
So know how to use that fire extinguisher that we practiced earlier, and always have a plan. Those are the main things that you guys will be teaching.
Exactly.
And in case you're just now joining us, we've actually been talking about the 20th annual Camden Firefest. Can you just quickly recap to tell our viewers how this started up and what they can expect if they were to come out to the event?
Sure. It started 20 years ago as a muster, and it's grown into what we're doing today. It's a huge event for Camden. We'll start at 9 a.m. right here with a parade of fire trucks down to the newly renovated Ray Marina, and we will have all kinds of games for the kids, events, inflatables for them to play in. There'll be food and for sale, drinks, and it's just going to be a fun day, and we'd like to have everybody come out and enjoy it with us.
And like Britt mentioned earlier, big turnout. About how many people are y'all
Big turnout. We usually estimate between 1,000 and 1,500 people will come. And the biggest thing is we get to teach them fire safety behaviors, how to be fire safe, which is what we think is our most important job.
Well, thank you so much, Chief Gardner. Like he said, that Firefest kicks off tomorrow right in Camden. I'll be posting more information on that. You can follow me at WACH Destiny. I'll post everything you need to know.